Hello guys, today our topic is Introduction to Python. Today we are going to see the introductions about Python. Python is an high-level programming language. So we know the low-level language, medium-level language, and this is the high-level programming language. Python is a high-level programming language. It is an interpreted language. It executes the line one by one. So Python is called interpreted language, and it is easy to learn and versatile and widely used language. Python nowadays widely used language. Like C++, Python is an object-oriented language. It has OOPS concept and it has large standard libraries. So these are all very important topic in Python. Next one is applications of Python, where and all we apply the Python concept. First one is Python is used for web development. The example Django and Flask. Django is the full stack strong web framework for web development, and Flask is the lightweight micro framework for web development, and it is also used for data analysis and science. Example NumPy and Pandas, both are the libraries, Python libraries. NumPy means it is the numerical Python. It is in this library function used for numerical calculation, and Pandas also used for data analysis. And next one is artificial intelligence and machine learning. Python we are using in artificial intelligence and machine learning. For example, TensorFlow. TensorFlow is the open source machine learning framework. It is developed by Google for deep learning. Next one, we apply Python in automation and scripting and education. So these are all the applications of Python. Next one is Python function. A Python function is a block of organized reusable code. What is this? Python function is a block of organized reusable code that is used to perform a single related actions. Okay, and Python function may be invoked from any other function. We can invoke a function from any other functions by passing arguments called data, parameters and arguments with other function. So we can invoke a function from any other function, and then the called function returns it result back to the calling function. Okay, this is a Python function. Next one is Python identifier. Python identifier is a name. It is used to identify the variable, class, functions and modules. Okay, so identifier used for the identify the variable, class, function and modules. Python does not allow punctuation characters, for example such as @ dollar, person within the identifiers. An identifier start with a letter A to Z or to A to Z, small capital A to Z or small a to Z, or an underscore followed by 0 or more letters, underscore and digits. So this is the Python identifier. It is used to the identify the variable, class, function and modules. Next one's Python variables and data types. Python automatically assign data values. Example, x equal to 10, y equal to 3.1. This is the float type. This is the integer type. Name is the string type. IsActive is the boolean. So this is automatically assign the values. Next one, input and output function in Python. Use input symbol to take user input and use print to display output. Example, name input Ilakya, print hello Ilakya. Name input, this is the print is used for output. Next one is array in Python. You know the array is the collection of variables already is stored in a single variable. Unlike C++, Java, Python does not have built-in array. It has no built-in function, array built-in function. To create the array function in Python, we have to import it. Example, import array as ARR. Through this import function only, we can call the array in the program. This is the array. See the example of array. Import array as ARR. This is the command line argument. For our reference only, this command line, the program does not consider it. Creating an array with integer type. See, A equal to array 1, 2, 3 and print type A. The print 1, 2, 3. Next, creating an array with character type. U equal to BAT. So A, we store the BAT. And next, array with float type. D, C 1.1, 2.2, 3.3. These are all the float type array. So before we are using the array in Python program, it must import in the program. Next one is Python operators. There are 6 Python operators to perform the operations. Arithmetic operators, logical operators, comparison operators, bitwise operators, membership operator and identity operators. These are all the special to type in Python operators, membership operator and identity operators. See, membership and identity operators. Python has 2 membership operators, in and not in. In and not in. Both return a Boolean result. The result of in operator is opposite to that of not in operator. In is true means not in means false. That is the opposite. Next, the identity operators compare the objects to determine whether they share the same memory. Refer to the same object type. Operators compare the object. Identity operators compare the objects to determine whether they share the same memory and same type. So that is the identity operators. Python has 2 identity operators, is operator and is not operator. So these are all the membership and identity operators in Python. Next one, comparison and bitwise operators. Comparison operators in Python are very important in Python conditional statements, if, else and elif and looping statements and while and for loops. So comparison operators are used in conditional statements. The comparison operators also called relational operators. Some of the well-known operators are less than and is the greater than. Python has 6 bitwise operators. See the 6 bitwise operators. All these operators except tilde are binary in nature, in the sense they operate on 2 operands. Each operand in binary digit, yes, bit 1 or 0. 1 or 0. This is the binary operators bitwise. One maybe 1, maybe 0. This is the Python bitwise operators. The comparison and bitwise operators in Python. Next one is arithmetic and logical operators in Python. Python arithmetic operators are used to perform mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and more on numbers. So, arithmetic operators are used in arithmetic operations. And next, Python logical operators are used to form compound Boolean expressions. Each operand for these logical operators is itself a Boolean expression. So, this is the arithmetic and logical operators in Python. Next one, loops. See, Python loops allows us to execute a statement or group of statement multiple times. Well, a loop means to execute a statement or group of statements in multiple times. That is called loop. The first statement in a function is executed first, followed by second, and so on. There may be a situation when you need to execute a block of code several number of times. So this is the use of loop statement. You need execute a block of code several number of times. This is the loop. Next one is constructor. You already heard the word constructor. The constructor is an instance method. This is our method in a class. The automatically called whenever a new object of the class is created. So this is the method automatically called whenever a new object of the class is created. The constructor role to assign the value to the instance variable as soon as the object is declared. The main role of the constructor is assign the values to the object. When object is declared, assign the value to that variable. That is object. That is the constructor role. Python uses a special method called init method to initialize the instance variable for the object as soon it has declared. So by using this method, using this method to declare the initialize the object. That is the use of the constructor. The method used for assign the value to the object when the object is declared. That is the main role of the constructor. Next one is file handling. File handling in Python is a critical skill for developers and involves several operations. There are several operations in file handling. How to handle the file, what purpose we are handling the file, for example reading, writing and appending. So first one is reading. Using OR mode to read from an existing file. Already there are file, we have to read a particular file means using OR mode to read from an existing file, and then writing, employing W mode to write to a file. Already if there is a file, we have to create a new file or overwrite an existing one means we using the W mode. Using the W mode, we write the new file or overwrite the existing one into the file. So use of W mode. Next one is appending. Utilizing A mode to add to a file without changing what's already there. So appending means utilizing a AI mode to add to a file without changing. It's already there. That is appending. So in there are reading, writing, appending. This is the file handling in Python. Thank you. I hope you already you knew information about the Python. Thank you guys.